This video is sponsored by Quintus. My new desk setup for about a month now has been where I spend most of my time. The place where I get creative work done and stay productive whilst being inspired. It has always been my dream to build a setup that's functional enough to handle my day-to-day task as a creative and a student. So having a workspace that keeps me grounded to the task at hand in the most efficient way is what I had in mind when putting this together. And I have been able to achieve this by having a clean and functional workspace that not only lets me adjust my posture when I need to get my blood flowing, but also allows me to have access to items that I might need occasionally whilst keeping them out of sight. This has to be the most productive I have been on a desk, so here is the perfect desk setup that I have put together. So, the foundation of this setup is the Vernal sit-stand desk coming at 60 by 27 inches on the tabletop. I chose the walnut finish paired with black legs to match my room decor, and it was pretty easy to put this together with the help of the user's manual. It took me roughly about an hour to build because I had to do it all by myself, and it's quite an heavy desk. The tabletop came pre-installed with a height adjustment mechanism. All I had to do was attach the legs and connect the wires whilst the table was upside down and everything was ready. This could be done under 20 minutes if you get help from lifting the parts when needed. The furniture is made of recycled wood that looks premium and perfect for a modern environment. It's a very firm desk that stays steady when still or even adjusting the height. This is very impressive given that my monitor is floating from one side and I'm still not bothered by instability or wobbling when changing my work posture. It has a lifting capacity of 350 pounds, so adding heavy tech gadgets to my setup shouldn't be a problem. Its height adjustment is very quiet and smooth, so no annoying squeak sound, and it has a control panel that lets you set up to 4 preset heights. I personally set 2 of it for sitting and standing while working, a mid-range height for unboxing products, and then the lowest height for my downtime. It's also sensitive to collision when adjusting the height, so it detects any force preventing it from moving, then it automatically stops. The overall quality of this desk is high-end, especially with how clean it looks. Speaking of a clean look, the desk comes with a cable management rack that stays under the tabletop to hide all my cables. I simply place in the extension that powers every electronic on the desk, and that's about the only cable that's visible under the setup. Now, I was able to achieve this clean look by pairing the rack with a J-channel cable raceway as well as cable clips to avoid any wire from sticking out. And with that, I am able to eliminate distracting cables while I try to focus. Floating in front of me is the Dell S3422DW ultra-wide curved monitor coming at 34 inches. This is one of the items on the desk that I was really excited to have because I got it used like new on Amazon for $260. Its box came a little beat up, but everything in it looks clean and brand new. With 3440 by 1440 resolution at 100Hz, it has the perfect wide viewing angle that has helped me a lot with multitasking on a single screen. In my opinion, this is way better than having a dual monitor setup as it helps me focus on a task without having my mind all around the place. With a pretty consistent color accuracy that gets bright up to 300 nits, the display is a matte screen with non-reflective coating to reduce glare and improve visibility in a bright condition. This is especially beneficial in an environment where there are lots of overhead lights and windows, as it can help reduce eye strain. For me, it's the perfect monitor for video editing as I can easily see and scroll through my timeline whilst having my scripts on the same display. It's hooked up to a monitor arm from Hexcal, which keeps it sturdy and firm to the desk. This arm gives me the flexibility to adjust the height and rotation of the monitor to my preference. My favorite feature of this item is that I can tuck all the cables connected to my monitor neatly into it. And the fact that it's hanging from the right side of the desk without any fear of damage to the monitor just makes this the perfect arm for a monitor this big. A monitor lamp is another key item that makes a perfect desk setup. They brighten up the space and are perfect for times when you want to shut other lights off whilst keeping things visible. The one I'm using is from the sponsor of this video, Quintus, and it ticks all the boxes when it comes to the perfect monitor lamp. Coming at just under $50, you're definitely getting more than what you paid for when compared with what other brands has to offer. Setting this up with a single USB-C cable is an absolute breeze. It's simply connected to the USB port at the back of my monitor, relieving me from another cable management headache. So as long as the monitor is on, the lamp is ready for use. Along with the top-down light that brightens up the entire desk real estate, there is also a backlight that adds more ambience to the setup atmosphere. It comes with a soft touch wireless control panel that allows you to adjust the brightness and temperature with just a few taps. And I must say guys, this is very convenient to use. colors. I like how I could easily set it to a warmer tone if I want to switch up the mode, and to add to that, it looks really clean to place anywhere on the setup for easy access. Speaking about accessing things easily, I tend to have lots of accessories coming in and out of my desk, or even accessories that I want to keep around but not want to be seen. This is where a desk shelf comes in. Vernal was also kind enough to send their V-series desk shelf coming at 31 inches, made with the same material as the desk with a clean look whilst being sturdy. It helps hide all the cable that goes to the back of the desk, and my favorite is how I could have my accessories at arm's reach without the desk looking cluttered. All the miscellaneous items that I use from time to time goes in the tray that slides in the middle of the shelf, and it's less distracting when they are out of sight. Under the shelf is the docking station from Minisopuru that connects everything together. I won't go into depth about it, but just know that it's capable of docking up to 3 monitors and also has enough ports to connect accessories to my machine. On top of the shelf, I have my notes and I can just add anything on it if need be. Powering my entire setup is the latest M3 Pro MacBook Pro. This beast of a laptop comes with 18GB of unified memory, 11-core CPU, 14-core GPU, and 512GB of SSD. Now, the performance of this machine has to be from outer space, because for it being the only computer that I own, it handles everything I throw at it with absolutely no lag. From my day-to-day tasks to school assignments, programming, and editing videos, it's all a breeze. My main reason for upgrading to the M3 Pro is to create content, and it has proven to be one of my best investments for the year. And since I can work on it from anywhere because of its compact size, it sits on this Zodi laptop stand when powering my entire setup. The keyboard I use is the Keymove K98 mechanical keyboard that comes in full layout with numpads. Now, I know lots of people might not be a fan of the numpads, but I prefer using it when working with numbers. The only con is that it takes a good amount of room on the desk. It's my first full mechanical keyboard that feels and sounds satisfying to type on, very tactile, and has a well-built body with customizable parts paired with hot swappable switches. I like the overall finish with RGB lights on the keys and one on the corner as well. It does support Bluetooth connection, but I use a custom cable instead for a cool look and a better key response. To its right is my all-time favorite mouse, the Logitech MX Master 3S for Mac. You probably know about this mouse by now. There's a reason why these are famous. It's the perfect mouse for productivity as its ergonomic design fits perfectly to the hand. It's very comfortable to use for a long time without feeling any cramp on your palm whilst being functional. Having custom buttons that are customizable to my preference, I use them for shortcuts that makes my workflow easier. I honestly can't think of a better mouse for productivity, so I highly recommend investing in these if you are into creative work. The keyboard and mouse both sit on an all-black desk mat that I got from Amazon. As far as smoothness goes, these are very smooth to navigate my mouse around whilst feeling soft to my palm. It's big enough to fit my full layout keyboard, creates enough room for mouse movement, and protects the surface of the desk from potential scratch. So if you're looking for a good desk mat that doesn't break the bank, there you have it. I used to pair an XLR microphone to my Scarlett audio interface to get the best audio quality for my videos, but surprisingly I don't have to anymore since I started using the PD200X microphone from Mauno. It provides a very clear audio with no white noise on the background when using the USB-C ports connection. I don't have to spend time with processing my audio when making these videos because I feel like the audio is good enough, which saves me time when editing. Now, I know some people might still prefer using an XLR cable, so it does have an XLR port as well. So you still have the flexibility to use it with an audio interface, which is why I keep my Scarlett Solo on the desk just in case I need it in the future. But for the sake of cable management, I just use the USB-C option because it makes my desk look cleaner. The mic is attached to the blow arm I got used on Amazon, and it helps make the microphone ready for use when I need to record my voiceover. And I can easily put it away when I'm done recording, and I just love the fact that this hides the cable, which again contributes to the cable management. To monitor my audio, I have about 3 headphones that I use. So I recently picked up a budget replacement for my Beats Studio Pro because I want an headphone that's dedicated to the setup. This one is a wireless noise cancellation headphone from Bluedy. Even though these work with Bluetooth version 5.2 for a strong connection to my devices, I prefer to use a wired connection when monitoring audio while editing. They have clear and audible sound that are enough for listening, but I have to be honest, they don't sound as good as my Beats Studio Pro. Anyways, considering the price these go for, I think it's worth checking out. To charge my Apple devices while working, I use a 3-in-1 MagSafe charger from MagBack. A clean charging setup for my phone, smartwatch and AirPods all at once whilst making it easy to reach my phone if I need to. And and right next to it is a fake plant just to add some greenery to the setup. To the right side of the desk is the Vernal file cabinet that I use to store my camera accessories and random items or boxes. I like the clean design that this has, and it goes perfectly with the entire setup. Even though this only has 2 drawers, it has more than enough room to store other items I want to keep out of sight. Okay, so a desk setup is incomplete without a chair that's comfortable enough to sit on for hours. This one is the Vernal Y series chair that comes in black colorway to match the theme of the setup. It has an ergonomic design that fits perfectly to my body posture whilst having enough adjustment that doesn't make me stiff. It's very breathable to rest on for hours thanks to the net backrest, and has good cushioning for a comfortable sitting. I think this is a good chair to invest in if you're really gonna be sitting down for hours. Now there are a couple additional lights that brings more life to the setup, starting with the Goovy light strip that I strapped to the back edge of the desk, paired with the Goovy light bar at the back of the monitor. They give nice ambience to complement the overall look of the setup, and I can easily control these lights using the Goovy app on my phone to set the tone and color of the lighting depending on my mood. Hooked up to the right edge of the setup is a lamp from Litone that I use occasionally when I need extra light to make videos on the desk. It has a soft touch panel that lets me adjust the brightness and tone of the light, so I think it's worth adding to the setup. To the left corner of the setup, I have an orange lightning bar which is slightly covered with a fake plant that I got from Amazon to add extra greenery to the workspace. So yeah, this has been where I handle my day-to-day task for about a month now, and I honestly don't see it changing anytime soon. I would make sure to drop relative links to every product mentioned in this video in the description down below, so feel free to check them out. And make sure you like, comment and subscribe if you find this video helpful, and I'll see you guys next week.